Owen is a veteran ranger who works in the Deepwood Forest Reserve in Western Canada. He has spent most of his life protecting wildlife and the primeval forest. One chilly fall morning, while patrolling along a small stream, he heard a faint groan. As he approached, Owen discovered a young bear lying lifeless in a mud hole near the water's edge. The bear's fur was soaked and covered in mud, its round black eyes gleaming with despair. It seemed that it had been trapped for hours without anyone knowing in the deep, deserted forest. Owen bent down, gently reassuring the animal with a warm voice and slow movements. He knew that one hasty move would cause the young bear to panic and make the situation even more dangerous. Even though it was starting to rain lightly, Owen persisted in approaching and trying to pull the young bear out of the mud. After nearly half an hour of struggling in the mud, he finally lifted the bear to safety. The young bear lay panting on the grass, its body shivering from cold and exhaustion, its eyes still on Owen. He wrapped a scarf around its body, gently rubbing it to keep it warm, and cleaned the mud off its head. Owen checked for any serious injuries. Fortunately, it was just exhaustion and loss of strength. He carefully took some water from the bottle and gave it small sips through his hand. At first the bear was timid, but after a few licks of water, it began to trust him more. Owen did not call for help but decided to stay by its side all night to monitor the situation. He set up a small tent nearby, taking care of it while keeping a reasonable distance. The next morning, when the sunlight shone through the trees, the bear was able to stand on all fours. It staggered towards Owen, sniffed lightly at his shoes, then buried its head in his knee. That moment made Owen extremely emotional. He knew he had just connected with a wild creature. After a few hours of watching, Owen decided to take off his scarf and let the bear choose its own direction. The young bear looked at him one last time, then slowly walked towards the misty forest. Owen stood still for a long time, watching its figure disappear between the moss-covered trees. Although he did not say a word, the bear's eyes spoke his deep thanks. From that day on, Owen always brought a few apples with him when he patrolled the forest. About 3 weeks later, Owen happened to meet the young bear again on the trail near the old stream. It was now healthier, its fur was smoother and its eyes were sharper than before. Seeing Owen, it stopped, not running away but sitting still as if waiting for something. Owen opened his bag, took out a bright red apple and gently rolled it towards the bear. The young bear sniffed, then carefully took a bite, a happy expression on his face. From that day on, whenever Owen went on patrol, the bear would appear unexpectedly as if it was following him. They often met in open fields, dry streams or forest edges, where few people passed by. Owen never tried to tame or get too close, but always brought apples. The bear did not invade or destroy, just quietly came, ate the apples and then retreated into the forest. A strange friendship, without the need for language, only with trust and sweet apples. One early spring day, Owen was assigned to survey the core of the deep forest where no human had ever set foot. He prepared tents, food and equipment, then went deep into the wilderness alone. In the late afternoon, it rained heavily, strong winds caused trees to fall and the ground to become slippery. Owen was forced to set up a temporary tent in a small valley to stay overnight. He lit a fire, ate a quick bite of dry food, and lay down to rest amidst the cold rustling of the forest. As midnight passed, he sensed something was wrong in the quiet atmosphere. The birds that usually sang in the early morning had stopped, and the wind had a strange smell from afar. He jumped up, hearing strange noises, like light but rapid footsteps from many directions. Using his flashlight to shine around, Owen noticed green eyes peeking out from between the bushes. He understood immediately. A pack of wolves was approaching, surrounding the camp from many different directions. Alone in the wilderness, without a phone signal, Owen knew he could not escape. He pulled out his knife and prepared himself for the unpredictable battle for survival that lay ahead. From all four sides, the slender and agile silhouettes of the wolves gradually appeared under the dim moonlight. They walked lightly but calculatingly, their eyes as sharp as knives aimed straight at Owen. He backed up against a large rock, trying to stay calm even though his heart was pounding with fear. A leader wolf growled softly, seemingly signaling the others to come closer. Owen waved the half-lit torch, shouting to scare away the wild beasts. But hunger did not make the wolves give up easily. They came closer and closer. Owen slipped and fell. The torch fell from his hand and the fire went out in the puddle. He only had a small knife in his hand and a desperate look in his eyes, ready to give up everything. A wolf rushed forward, but Owen dodged and stabbed the air with his knife. Just when he thought he was about to be attacked, a loud roar rang out from the edge of the forest. The wolves immediately stopped, turning their heads towards the direction of the powerful roar. From the darkness appeared a large body, thick fur, eyes shining in the mist. It was the bear. It was the bear that Owen had saved and shared sweet apples with. The bear roared fiercely. The roar made the wolves retreat and seemed to falter. It stood between Owen and the wolves, its fur standing on end, its body like a living wall. The front legs were steady, the head bowed low, ready to pounce on any threat. A wolf tried to advance, but was knocked down by the bear with a powerful paw. The loud noise caused the pack of wolves to scatter, retreating into the dense forest. The bear did not chase, just stood there, growling softly as a final warning before turning around. Owen lay still, eyes wide open, unable to believe the scene he had just witnessed. The bear approached him, touching his hand lightly as if to check if he was okay. The bear's gaze softened, no longer fierce but warm and knowing. Owen gently raised his hand to stroke that familiar warm fur, his emotions rising. The bear nuzzled his head into his shoulder for a moment, as if to say, "I miss you, and I have not forgotten." He whispered, "Thank you," and in that moment, in the middle of the forest, they were both silent. The bear stood up and slowly walked into the morning mist that was gradually fading in the forest. Owen sat up, sighed in relief, and watched the bear's silhouette fade into the trees. A silent promise had been kept, between man and the wild. After that day, Owen always brought apples with him when he went on patrol, hoping to see his old friend again. Each apple was not just a gift, but a symbol of trust and gratitude. He told the story to the new students, as a testament to the love between man and beast. No one believed it right away, but Owen himself knew clearly, miracles do exist in the forest, under its thick fur and warm eyes. And somewhere, that bear was still watching him, silently like a silent protector. What do you think about this story? Leave your comments in the comments section.